All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and mute this out. I'm going to make my last one a co-host, and then we are good to go. Do you like that you got a narration of what I need to do? That's how I don't forget. So big waves out there. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. My favorite part of Sunday is getting to spend it with each and every one of you. So this is just a great part of my week, and I hope it's a great part of your week too. And I guess it is, because otherwise you would stop showing up. So glad you're here and grateful for each and every one of you. And we're going to kick this off tonight a little bit differently. So I have a lady on here joining me tonight that I have not had the privilege yet of meeting in person. Cannot wait for our next event where I get to do that. But that's how new she is, because I don't miss anything. You guys know that. So if there's been an event, I was at it. So she's so new that she hasn't even had the opportunity to be at anything yet, but she still jumped on board. She's still excited about the Renew system of growth. She came in at a really high level, and she's already moved some trials. So Jennifer O'Fallon, and hopefully I'm saying that right, you should be able to unmute yourself if you don't mind.
I did.
Oh, good work. And I'm going to spotlight you. And if you don't like it, so I always like to warn people, if you don't like that, in the upper right of your screen, you should see a little view button, and you can put it back at gallery if you want, but I want to be able to see you, and everybody else wants to be able to see you. So we're going to stare at you. But Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Well, hey, everybody. I'm really excited to be here. Tammy and Andrea asked me to speak. Just briefly, I started actually just a little bit of background so you know and understand the relationship. Tammy and I were friends on Facebook, but we had never met. And so I followed her career through Limu and all the changes, and I never thought twice about joining the business. Just timing, whatever you want to call it. I never even thought. So segueing, don't ever give up, or don't ever think that somebody will not join your organization, because when the timing is right, they will come running for you. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at notes because I had to do this real quick. So I reached out to Tammy, and Tammy explained to me a little bit more about the business, and it just made complete sense to come in at an ultimate level, because you're going to get the most bang for your buck, and then also you're locked and loaded. I have 40 5-day trials, so I wanted to come in and be ready so that I could build that momentum and get those things out as quickly as possible. So I got my business pack. I got 2 business packs, which was the 40 trials. And I got those Thursday, and I went straight into action. Like, I work full time during the day, and then I have a full-time job on top of that, taking care of my 88-year-old mother who is failing in age. But that didn't stop me. So I took Friday, and by the end of Friday, I took a few hours, and I had 4 5-day trials out the door. Saturday, I got 3 more out the door. And so I'm building that momentum. I'm building that momentum. And then this week, I've got family in, but they're golfing. And so, a couple of mornings, they'll be gone golfing and shopping. And I'm going to be making phone calls. I'm going to be building that momentum to the next week. And, because if you're sending anything in the mail, then you're going to have a little lag time anyway. So you're going to be wanting to, continue every day. And the thing is that I came in as well as an ultimate, because this is a real business. So you have to be treating it like a real business. And if I'm putting a little pressure on myself by saying, you know what, I'm willing to invest this much money because I know I'm going to work this as a business and I'm going to get that investment back, then I'm treating it like a business every day. I'm working, the system. And I think the biggest thing that I overcame in the last couple of days is there's fear getting out the door just because it feels so clunky. Like I have no idea what I'm doing, but it doesn't matter. The product can completely and does completely speak for itself. So when you have a product that's backed by science, that's backed by results, and you just ask people, what are they dealing with? Or you just lead by reading exactly what it says on the Renew package. That's all I did. I read the 5 different bullet points inside, and every single person said, send it to me, send it to me, send it to me. So I just immediately got the 4 out the door the first day and 3 yesterday. So it's been that simple, and it's really, it's kind of quite amazing actually. So I just want to encourage everybody to not let fear get in the way, because there's really nothing to be fearful about. What you're doing is, there's 3 different things that people are looking for in life, and they're always the same. It's, I want better finances, I want better health, and I want better relationships. And that's what drew me for such a time as this, at this point in time, was because I saw the gifts in me that I'm able to offer that to help people with their health, to help people with their finances, and to help people grow relationships, whether it's inside the company in our organization or outside the company. So let that fear go, because it's really not even real, and just keep treating it like a business, and you will build that momentum and continue to just build the business. So we get to help 9 different families to build their finances, build their health, build their relationships. And that's what I'm focused on, because I'm focused on going to Catalyst Club, level 1, level 2, and level 3 by the end of January. And I think the thing that I love is that everybody here does it as a team. I have been so assured by Tammy that when, after people get through that 5-day trial and they're ready to talk about the next thing, Tammy is there for me through the clunkiness, through every moment, through every phone call, until I get more comfortable with what I need to do and what I need to say about the products. So all I can say is get out of the gate, because it will happen. And just, I think the other thing too that I would say is just love people right where they're at. And when you give that to people, it's going to continue to come back to you. And I'm going to say just one more thing, and this is it. I wear an elephant around my neck, and I have one on my desk. And the reason why is because I work in corporate America, and I had a mentor 15 years ago that mentored me in management. And she gave me this little plastic elephant, and she said, don't ever forget the huge impact that you can make in just the smallest things. So I wear this around my neck, and I try to check in with myself several times a day, and I hold on to this elephant, and I'm like, how can I make a big impact on even the smallest things? So just remember, every single time, you guys are making a huge impact on people's lives, and they may not even know they needed it. So thanks for letting me talk. I really appreciate
I've got
it.
questions for you. So you're going to hold on. You got to stay with us for a minute. And thank you
Sure.
so much. Congratulations for the success that you're having right out of the gate. But I have to know, like the nosy little me, I want to know what piqued your interest, because you said you were looking and you've watched Tammy and you had no desire to join us lunatics in doing what we're doing. But then at one point you went, okay, and now you reached out. So will you tell us what you saw that you went, I think now's the time?
So I think the biggest thing is, I have a successful career in corporate America, but I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking about retiring from that. But I know I don't want to retire, right? I want to be doing something that's on my terms, that helps people. And that's always been a passion, is helping people, that supplementation, things like that. And the thing that really, really intrigued me, and this is for everybody out of the gate, is the fact that the company is changing its name and it's a new company. So when people get very excited about being part of something new, being part of something that's exciting. And so Tammy had posted a few things on Facebook, and it just intrigued me. And then I talked to my husband. I said, I think I'm going to reach out to Tammy and see what this is, because I knew she'd had great success. And I was really happy about that. But I just wanted to find out for myself. And when I spoke to her, I love what Tammy says. And it's exactly the way that I'm starting out my business, is you assume a yes unless they say no, until they say no. So you're assuming the conversation is always going to be a yes until you hear a no. And when you do that, I don't think you can have anything but success. So I'm just really excited about the opportunity to be part of a new company without a name right now. But the products speak for themselves. Like, the products are backed by science. They're not junk products. I've looked them all up. I've looked up, I know a lot about supplementation, so I know the ingredients. And it's just, I don't know, it's just an exciting time. People, I think, are looking for something beyond the pharmaceutical realm, and they just want better health. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of helping people achieve those goals.
Well, Jennifer, thank you. And we cannot wait to see you rock and roll. All I can think about is you called it the clunkiness. And that's such a descriptive word, because we've all felt it, right? You pick up the phone and it doesn't feel smooth. You just feel a little clunky. So I love that, because it was such a descriptive word that we can all relate to. But even with the clunk, right? Even with the clunkiness, your first 2 days, if I did the math right, you moved 7 of those packs. I love that when you decided to get started, you did treat it seriously. Like you know that you have success in your day job because you treated this as a true business. Like, it just shows in the way that you got started. And I think about, I had a lot of trials. I'm getting low, and it almost makes you stingy to share it, because I'm like, ooh, I don't know how many days until I get my next pack. I don't know. And so all I'm hearing when you said that is that I need to get more in house, because I know I'm going to move them. I'm not going to sit around and I'm not one to have money outside the house. So if I spend it and I can make it back, it's going to be moved quickly. And so I love that you just got started with a lot of them so that you could move them and move them quickly, and let the speed of your action take the control instead of the speed of how quickly they can get to you. So I love that you came in prepared. And then I love the impact. I'm obsessed with elephants. So I love elephants, period. So I just love that. And then I love that you connected them with impact and remembering the impact. So that was so powerful. Grateful for the time. And I cannot wait to meet you in person.
I'm really excited. I can't wait to meet this family of people. I think I'm most impressed with the fact that, you know, I signed up and like Tammy's still there, you know? So, and she's like so willing to help me with getting through all of that clunkiness, because now that I've got all the packs out the door and I'll continue this week, I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do next? You know, so it's exciting times, but I look forward to when I can help other people get through that clunkiness as well. So, and I really appreciate so much you guys letting me just speak and asking me to do so. I've got a house full of people, and so I'm going to get off the call here shortly, but I just want to say thank you. I really, really am glad to be here.
Thank you so much for jumping on. Enjoy your guests, and you have a great night and happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks. Oh, and by the way, Thanksgiving is my birthday. So
happy birthday.
Yeah,
November
extra
24th.
Bonus treat.
All right, we're going to remember it. We're going to remember it. Well, you have a wonderful birthday. Happy Thanksgiving. We can't wait.
All right, thanks. Thanks all.
Thank you. So we're going to be, and that was a fantastic job, especially, I mean, can you imagine your first week in the business and that's what you're doing? So I thought that was pretty incredible. And next is another phenomenal woman that I absolutely adore. So we next have Robin DeMio, and hopefully Robin, you can, you can. So hello, Robin, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I can do all things. I can even unmute. Can you believe
it? Good work.
Oh my gosh, I think Jennifer just popped off, but I want to say, even though she's not on right now, welcome to Jennifer and anyone else who's brand spanking new here, because you're in for a big treat. And you know, she said, Tammy's always there. And I thought, you have no idea. You may never get rid of us. Because we love our people, don't we? We love our people. And especially when somebody comes in bright and shiny like that, we love that. So we're happy to have Jennifer. Anyway, do you want me to just take off here, Andrea?
Sure, either way. So you guys know, if you guys don't know Robin, you will after this. She's one of the most real, authentic humans you will ever talk to. It's my favorite thing about her is that there's no, like, if she doesn't like what you're wearing, you're going to know. And if she loves it, you're going to know, and everywhere in between. And I just love that authenticity. So Robin, you've had a ton of success here. You're rocking this Catalyst Club. So I just wanted to hear about it. So you know the questions, you can rock it. I'm sure you've got something great to say to us.
Oh my gosh. You know, there's so much, because this is such a fabulous opportunity for us, for all of those who want it. It's not a really great opportunity if you don't want it, right? If you're thinking, oh, you know, all these negative thoughts are coming to your head and you've been around a while and this and that, you know, you probably ought to take a few minutes and just change your stinking thinking. And because couple of things, Jennifer said it all right. She said, you know, we have a brand new company. And when I was explaining, I have a couple that are considering coming on board, and they're very sharp business people. And telling them this is a brand new company, $300 million company with no debt. That's a big deal. It's a big deal, especially right now, especially what we've just come through the last 2.5 or 3 years. And it's really gives us a fresh, new opportunity. We can wipe the slate clean and we can move forward. And, you know, another thing Jennifer said that is relating to one of the questions that I was asked tonight. Andrea sent me these questions. What am I most excited about with the Catalyst Club? Well, let me tell you, who doesn't want to be in the founding brand partners, the catalysts of this new company? I do, because, you know, I want to be front row. I want to be in the know. I want to be a VIP for the rest of my life. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want that? And it means forever treatment. That's really excellent treatment, preferred treatment. It's kind of bougie. And anybody who knows me knows I'm a little bougie. And so I mean, why wouldn't I do it, right? But the other thing is that what if you have these thoughts about how can I do this? I'm afraid to reach out to people. What happens if they say no? So I want you to kind of just think, close your eyes for a second. And I want you to take those little questions and just put them to the side. What if I can't do this? What if no one wants to come in with me? No one wants to do this. Put that on the side right over here and close your eyes. And I want you to imagine yourself saying to yourself, what if they do? What if everybody wants to be a catalyst? What if you offer it to them and they're like Jennifer and like, I'd be silly not to, right? What if? So if we can change our sentence to ourselves and say, what if they do? What if I am? Then you can think about and create a new possibility in your life, right? You can create a new possibility in your business. And how do we do it? I'm going to go back and refer to Jennifer's elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you don't look at, you might not have done anything for a while and you don't look at 9 going, I got to do 9. You do one bite at a time. Just reach out to your first few. Get your first few people on board with you, linking arms with you, helping them along, right? And then the next ones will come because it's kind of like releasing the dam. So when the river is coming, the river's coming downhill, and then there's a dam, and you pull one little log out, one little person comes on board, it loosens up a little bit. Then you pull out another little log, and it loosens out a little more, and then the wave starts coming. And that's what's going to happen here. The wave is coming and you don't want to miss out. And, Lance just did this amazing Ironman and I see he's on here, and Lance didn't take the whole Ironman, dive in one swoop and do the whole thing. He had to break it down and go, I'm going to take this bite and this bite and this bite. And then he was prepared. And so if you can do that, you will be a catalyst. You will be in the know, you will be VIP, and you will be rolling in the dough next year, because this is setting you up for next year. It's setting you up for your first quarter next year. And so the other question, let's see, how did I do it? Well, the biggest thing I tell people, everybody, is if you have this list of people right here and you've got 25 people on your list, or even 5 or 105, if you don't pick up that phone, if you don't do the ask, the answer is already no. You don't even know what their answer is. And if you have something in your hand, like what we have, right? We have all these amazing products. We all have this incredible opportunity. And that's the big thing on the table right now, isn't it? Is the incredible opportunity. And Christmas is coming, baby. And so are those credit card bills. And Thanksgiving's coming. And so is the food bill. If you don't reach out, you have a moral responsibility to take what you have in your hand and to give it away. Give away what's been given to you. And that's how I'm doing it. I'm just asking. I'm just doing the ask. I'm not able to ask as many people as I want to right now. I'm kind of buffering myself, but I will have all those people by December. I'm not waiting till January, because I can do it 2 or 3 times by January. And so can you. You just have to set your intention. You have to break it down, but bite by bite, and you can go forward from there, because we have so many people to help. There's so many people who haven't heard of us. I mean, come on, we don't even have a name. Isn't that awesome? It's so awesome. So Andrea, thank you so much. I hope it's been encouragement. I hope you found a little value. And I hope you guys will change that sentence to, what if they do? What if they do? What will that do for them and what will it do for you? Thanks.
Well,
Andrea.
thank you so much, Robin. That was powerful. I'm so grateful for you jumping on here tonight, and great information. And I love that reminder, because some of us can look at it as 9, not 1, right? Like I could think, gosh, I didn't put, when's the last time I put 9 people in 90 days?
Right.
It's been a while for me personally. But so I could say, oh my gosh, I haven't done that in 90 days and probably 3 years. Oh my gosh, how am I?
Yeah.
But I know I can put in 1.
Yes.
And I know that I can turn that 1 into 2, maybe. And this is what I did recently, is I said to the first person that I talked to that was still thinking about it, then the next person that I talked to said yes. So I called back the first person and said, hey, if you are still considering this, if you are quick, then I'll have somebody that I can put under you. And then when they said yes, there was the 3rd phone call, and then the 4th, and just got to drill that down. So one person really leveraged 3 other people in. And it just reminded me back in the day. Do you remember doing that with our waiting room?
Oh my goodness.
We used to
Oh
do
my
that all the
gosh.
time. But
It
you know
was
what?
so true.
The only way we can do it is if we're moving more quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that I personally got in the habit of moving really slowly. And so what this has done is it's gotten me back in the habit of moving more quickly. So thank you for all of your words. Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding us to set our intention. Very grateful for you. And I hope you have a great
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you so much. All right, guys, go get what you want.
All right. Thank you, lady. I appreciate it. And we are going to switch gears one more time. And we are going to bring on our last but not least very special guest, Mr. Ken Bailey. And Ken has already achieved VIP 1 and VIP 2. And I think that's where you've stopped so far. I'm sure you're moving closer to 3, but you didn't hit it yet, right?
Right. That's 7.
Okay,
so
good. Phew. All right. I want to make sure, because I would hate to not congratulate you, but you have been rocking. You've been helping so many people on your team rock this. And guys, if you don't know Ken, he is a longtime leader in network marketing. He's had a ton of success over very many years, and he is rocking the Catalyst Club. So thank you so much, Ken, for jumping on here on your Sunday night.
Well, Andrea, thanks for having me on. And before I get into the Catalyst Club, Robin did an awesome job, and Jennifer, for her first time, was outstanding. I wish she was still on here, but she said 3 things in particular, training tips that I want to give people before we even get into the Catalyst Club. Remember, she said, I don't even know what I'm doing. When I hear that, I tell people all the time, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Get that now. I've got people in my business. You've got people on your team. They know every ingredient in every product. They know the pay plan inside and out, but they're not taking the action to share it with people. So ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And then something else she was talking about working through the holidays. Folks, everybody on here tonight, if you'll work through the holidays, your January will absolutely explode. I've seen it year after year, the people that work through the holidays, because come January, everybody's looking to lose weight, get healthy, look at their New Year's resolutions as way their finances or their health, almost every one of them. And that's what we have, and that's what we offer. But if you wait till January the 3rd or January the 5th, you're behind the people who work through November and December. So Jennifer's working right on through it. And then she also made a really good point. She said, I'm going to get 9. I've been teaching my team, especially during this Catalyst Club, we're not building 4x4 right now. For the next 90 days, let's build 9x9. She's already doing that. I just think that's awesome, right? So let's go back to the Catalyst Club, though. You know, Andrea, you said I've been doing this a long time, and those of you who don't know my story, actually 22 years in the industry, 20 years full-time, was in the computer field prior to that, but have been only with 2 companies in 22 years. Just absolutely changed my life, the time freedom, and I won't go into my testimony or whatever. I only said that to say this. in my 22 years in the industry, I believe that this Catalyst Club is the best promotion I've seen in 22 years. Okay. And here's why. I'll give you evidence of this. Number one, it's very simple. 3, 6, and 9. Those people don't even have to have auto delivery. We want them to, but they kept it very, very simple. Number two, it's doable by the masses. You know, we just, people are on the Tahiti trip. I'm gonna talk more about that, but hard to achieve that trip, which it should be. It's like a $10,000 trip. Guys, this is so doable because a couple of reasons. Customers count. So we're talking about customers or brand partners, and the volume is a total volume. So like for those first 3 people, we need a total of 600 volume points. So very, very important. Notice that Jennifer said she came in as an ultimate level. That means she did 1,500 volume points. Well, Tammy's other 8 people only need a total of 300 volume points to get 1,800 volume because she's got somebody with 1,500 volume. Think about how simple that and doable that makes it for the masses. Everybody on this Zoom, I don't even have to know you. If I've never met you, you can get 9 people in the next 90 days, especially since customers count. Because a lot of people think, well, I can't go get new people who want to do the business. You can. That's all about your thoughts, but that's okay. What about finding 9 people who want to use these incredible products that we've got and all these different divisions and brands and so forth? Absolutely, everybody on here can do it. So it's simple, it's doable by the masses. And then third reason, I believe it's the best, it creates massive volume. Because remember, we're talking about getting to level 3, we got to create 1,800 volume points. Start doing that across 9 people. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 people getting 1,800 volume. Well, massive volume creates massive commissions checks, right? And so then the last thing, and everybody's touched on this, Andrea touched on this, and she didn't even know I was going to talk about this. The 4th reason, remember, there's 4 reasons I think it's the best promotion we've ever had. It's simple, it's doable by the masses, it creates massive volume, and then the 4th thing, it might be the most important, it creates action. Okay, myself included, and Andrea mentioned this, I've kind of had the pause button pushed, if you will. You know, we went through this merger that didn't go great, and then we had the reorganization, just kind of on pause here. But this has created action, folks. And I've said it over the years, folks, talking about action now, there's 2 ways to get to the top of an oak tree. You can take action and go climb a tree, or you can sit on an acorn and wait. Okay, both things will get you. Don't be sitting on the acorn here, guys. Take action, and that's creating action here, Andrea. And what that does, it just starts to gives you the ripple effect. Everybody starts, oh, I don't want to get left behind. This person's taking off here, and that's what we've been waiting for. And we've got through this reorganization, and it's created the action. Some of these people, and you've been keeping some of the list for me of the folks here in North Carolina and Virginia, Andrea. I've got people who have sponsored 3 people this week who hadn't sponsored anyone in 2 years, 3 years. So this is creating action for people and giving us new people to work with, which creates growth for our company around the world. And I believe, you might say I'm crazy on this one, but just watch over the next 3 months, the next 6 months. Because remember, if we bring somebody in January 31st, that person has 90 days from that day to get into the Catalyst Club. So we're talking about this growth is going to be created over like 6-month period. It's going to add, I believe, $40 to $50 million of sales to the company. Now, and I won't get into the reason, those numbers, but think about this. I can give you some quick statistics to prove this. Andrea started a list that she's keeping up with people, and there's like 100 people on that list already. Isn't that right, Andrea? Somewhere around 100 or so. You're muted, but isn't it about 100?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
And it's growing from there. Guys, this Tahiti trip the company just had, there was 300 people qualified for the Tahiti trip. Far, far, far more difficult to qualify for Tahiti than to get 9 people. Okay, so we're going to have hundreds here in the United States do it. Well, Europe's about 4 times the size of the United States as far as our company goes. And then you get into Mexico and Australia and Japan. There will be thousands of people get into this Catalyst Club around the world for our company, all creating 1,800 volume points, all teaching their people to get 9. And it's just going to create momentum, I believe, around the world and create this action So for all those reasons is why I believe, Andrea, it's the best promotion we've ever had. It got me excited, and that spills over to your team. So, and as far as tips, you asked me to give tips on how I did it. Couple things here. First of all, everybody remember this. People do what you do, not what you say. Now get that. People do what if you're just talking about the Catalyst Club and you're not doing it, most of your team's not going to do it. But if you get busy and do it, then that's what I've seen. When my people, especially here in North Carolina, Ken's doing it, then they started doing it. And so people do what you do, not what you say. But the first person I went to, let me back up here. Guys, go back to, if you've been in the business a while, go back to some of your inactive people. The first two people I brought in, Andrea, was people who had been in the business years ago, but just didn't know we had emerged as a brand new $300 million debt-free company, all the things Rob was talking about. So, don't leave those folks out, because with COVID, where we wasn't able to do face-to-face meetings, you had a lot of people kind of fall away because there was no accountability. You weren't getting in front of people. And then we went through the reorganization, the merger, all that kind of stuff. Then they became inactive. So you may have somebody that hasn't done anything for a couple of years and they were inactive. Go back to those people. The same thing on customers. One of my preferred customers used to order the Pure Nourish shakes off of me, but I thought, I'm going through my list, just like Rob was talking about. She hadn't ordered in like 3 or 4 years. So I'm making those phone calls. She said, yeah, I've been aiming to call you. I want 2 bags of the Pure Nourish and 2 of those boosts and 2 of that other boost. There's another customer, but it was somebody who had previously ordered. So don't forget those people. And then the one guy who'd been in my business, the first one I called, his name's Rob, been inactive for years. I call him up and I say, Rob, I'm sponsoring at least 9 new people over the next 90 days. 8 of them can be in your business. He's like, what? So yeah, I'll place the next 8 down in your business. So I go to the second person. I'm gonna sponsor at least 8 new people over the next 90 days. 7 of them can be under you. So that's leverage. You were talking about that earlier too, as well, Andrew. Works very, very well, especially if they are on the fence or they do have some interest and they know, hey, I'm gonna get a boost from people being placed under me right away. I don't want to miss that. Just looking at my notes here. Anything else? Oh yeah, when I was talking about the volume that this is going to create for the company, remember, if you don't know this about our compensation plan, our company guarantees to pay out 50% for every dollar sold. So let's say that this new promotion creates, and I really believe this is going to happen, folks, 50 million in sales over the next 6 months for the company. Well, if there's 50 million in sales, 25 million more added to commissions. Remember, 50 cents of every dollar is paid out to the brand partner. When you're paying out an extra 25 million on top of what we're already paying out, that creates massive momentum, which explodes a company, and you don't want to miss out. If you have a fear of missing out, well, you should have a fear of missing out, because if you don't get started here, you're going to miss the best promotion I believe the company's ever announced. And also, don't forget this Catalyst Club is evolving. If you haven't noticed, the VIP 3 on the bottom, it says special gift or something like that. They haven't even told everybody what that gift is. We've talked about it on the Partners Council, but there's more to that Catalyst Club VIP 3 than you even know right now. Plus, there's going to be things announced over the next 3 months, these next 90 days, on top of the Catalyst Club to help you build the Catalyst Club. I almost said what one of them is, but there might even be a cash promotion announced pretty soon. I'll just put that hint out there on top of everything we already had. So just make sure you get started, work through the holidays like Jennifer's working, make sure you're doing it so your team will be much more likely to do it. And take advantage of it. Ride this momentum, because momentum is a hard thing to grab, but once you get it, you got to keep on moving and don't work a little while and then back off, work a while. Just keep on going until you get the job done.
Well, Ken, that was amazing. I'm like, got notes all over the place because you brought some really great information there, and I'm so grateful. And just kind of that was a great reminder right there, because most people, I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but most people got started here pre-COVID. And we did have a lot of people that fell out during COVID because as humans, we all kind of sequestered ourselves literally and figuratively into our homes and separated. And think about all those people that saw something in what we have. They wanted something more for their life, but then they got derailed. Completely not their fault. They just got derailed. And kind of going back to what Robin said, we have a moral obligation to reach out to people and say, hey, I've got a gift. Would you want it? Would you, you wanted something before, would you like something again? So thank you for that. That was a great reminder. So grateful to learn from you tonight. Congratulations on all your success. And I think you're right. I think we're going to change the whole company through this one promotion. I think it's going to change a lot of lives.
Absolutely. And the next Jennifer's out there. You saw how awesome Jennifer is. The next one's out there. They could be on your team if you're active. Kudos to Tammy that she talked to her. She was actually making those posts, and Jennifer saw the post. She was taking action. Thanks for having me, Andrea.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And guys, love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on here. I am thankful for each of you. We'll see you all week on the Coaches Corner as well. But if I don't see you specifically, I hope you have a beautiful holiday with your families and love each and every one of you. Hope you have a great night. So thank you. Great job, Jennifer. Great job, Robin. Great job, Ken. Thank you all for sharing with us this evening.
Thank you, everyone.
Well done.
Thanks, everyone. Great job.
Anna.